Modern pistol ammunition. On the left, we have rimfire. On the right, centerfire. Rimfire have to be struck in the rim in order to discharge. Centerfire have to be struck in the center to discharge. Rimfire is less powerful, has less powder. So let's look at the rimfire. The rimfire is what you see here. It is a cartridge case that has a primer in the rim. It is the rim that has to be struck. When it is struck, it makes a spark that ignites the small amount of gunpowder, which pushes the projectile out of the barrel of the firearm. If we look at the rim close up, you will see that it's pretty small, and it has nothing other than a letter stamped in it to signify who manufactured it. That is modern rimfire ammunition. Modern centerfire ammunition. Okay, it has to be struck in the center of the cartridge case to fire. So the primer goes in here. This is the cartridge case that holds everything together. This is the gunpowder that pushes the projectile, and this is the projectile in modern centerfire ammunition. The caliber is written on the end of the cartridge, along with, this is a 9mm Luger, along with who made it, FC, or Federal Cartridge. And this thing in the very center is the actual primer that has to be struck by the firing pin to ignite. When rimfire cartridges were first designed, the very first ones were called a short, the 22 short. The caliber of the bullet is what gives it its name. Its caliber is 0.22 of 1 inch. So it's 0.22 in diameter, 22 thousandths of an inch in diameter. The short is very small, only holds a small amount of gunpowder, so of course they were used only for target practice at close range. The next evolution was the 22 long. The base of the short and the long are the same. So when guns 22 rimfires first come out, they held 22 shorts. The next evolution, you had guns that would take 22 long. The 22 short would also fire in the long. And the next evolution was the 22 long rifle. The base is a little bit thicker so that it will not fit in 22 longs. Pistol's chambered for 22 long because it's a little more powerful. It has a little bigger bullet. When black powder was still in vogue, we had calibers like this, 32 rimfire, which were quite popular. But with the evolution of modern powder, the bigger rimfires just can't handle the pressure produced. This rimfire is called a 22 Magnum. It shoots the same size bullet, basically, as the .22 long rifle, but it has a larger case. Again, the cartridge base is made bigger, so 22 Magnum ammunition will not fit in 22 long rifle, 22 long, or 22 rimfire guns. Final evolution is the 22 Magnum case was taken and the mouth was shrunk down to the same size diameter as pellets, 0.177 of an inch, or 17 caliber. This is called a 17 HMR. Centerfire ammunition that was first used in pistols was typically round-nose lead bullets. Okay, there's an example of a pistol bullet. Here's an example of a revolver bullet. Round-nose lead bullets. Shortly afterwards, bullets were manufactured with flat tops, said to produce better results in game animals and such. If you look at this bullet, it has, again, a wax groove. That wax groove helps lubricate the lead bullets as it goes through the barrel. Modern reloaders are coating their bullets with powder coat, and that helps in place of wax. One of the next evolutions in projectile design in pistols was this. The fronts of the bullets were made flat, and the reason was for target practice. When these bullets are shot into a piece of paper, they make a perfectly round hole, much like a hole punch. A round-nosed lead bullet looks as though you poked a pencil through a piece of paper, leaving radial tears. These bullets, however, don't. They make a perfectly round hole. Very easy to score. If you can tell, or as you can tell by looking at the bullets, the flat front means that air resistance is a problem. So the next evolution was to produce flat fronts with tapered sides and edges that would cut paper very efficiently. These are called semi-wad cutter. They're not a bad bullet for distance shooting, and they still do nice work on paper targets. Of course, the next evolution in pistol bullets was to make pistol bullets that didn't have any exposed lead. And those are called full metal jacket bullets, FMJs, full metal jacket. And here you see they're mostly round nose pistol bullets, although this is a revolver cartridge. They're almost entirely covered by lead, except usually the base is open. This particular one, the base is capped so that there's no exposed lead whatsoever, and these are used by policing agencies in their indoor ranges to keep lead at a minimum. You can see another evolution in pistol projectiles, truncated cones. Okay, they make it a little more aerodynamic and still produce a flat hole in targets. One of the next evolutions in pistol technology, or pistol projectile technology, was the hollow point. So what happens there is when the bullet enters something, like a deer, it expands. And you can see, in some of them, you can see little marks, and those help the bullet expand. You see here, they help the bullet tear and expand, so you get results like this. So the bullet actually mushrooms up to much larger than its natural size, double its size, and it has sharp copper edges, which tend to tear sinew and flesh and stuff. Great for hunting. Another popular hunting bullet, especially in bigger caliber revolvers, is the soft point bullet. So you have the copper jacket, but you also have a soft lead top, which will help expand quickly. There are some specialty pistol bullets. Here are two examples. This one on the right is a blank. You will notice that there's no projectile. They take the top of the cartridge and they just bend it over and they fill it with black powder, so that when you shoot it, these veins pop, or these bends, I suppose, push out, and you just get a flame shoot out the end of the barrel. Very popular for cowboy action shooting. Or the cowboy shooting where they ride on horses and break balloons. This is another specialty cartridge. This is fired, but it did have a paintball. The paintball was kept inside this cartridge, and these are used by policing agencies to train. They shoot them at each other, see what techniques work and what don't, rather than actually hurt somebody. It's just a plastic ball that comes out and really stings and marks someone, so you know what works and what doesn't. And this is a summation of modern pistol bullets.